Here we go again, folks. It's another championship game from Werner Park in the 2019 Pathway Games, Omaha. It is the Fresno Athletics versus the Nebraska Prospects. This is the silver championship game here as Tyler Davis of the Fresno A's steps in against Leger. That is Jake Leger of the Nebraska Prospects as he throws a ball to open up this contest. These two teams stumbled a bit in pool play earlier this week and dropped down into the silver bracket, but won their semifinals yesterday to earn a trip here to this silver bracket championship game at Werner Park, home of the Omaha Storm Chasers. A beautiful AAA ball field here in the heart of America. As Leger misses just low, it's 3-1 the count here on Tyler Davis, the catcher. He will be followed by Bobby Staley, Ethan Winter, Christian Gomez, Jonathan Ramirez, and Davis sees a strike. He was halfway down to first. Camden DeMaria, Dean McCurley, Julian Rocha, Eleazar Aguirre, and Christian Alvarez round out the lineup for the Fresno A's in the field. It's Leger. Catching is Bus, Coley at third, Gish at short. Jacquet in second, Robertson at first. There is the walk to Tyler Davis. So the game begins with an opening free pass from Jake Leger to Tyler Davis. Runner on, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Again, the silver bracket championship game. We just had a thrilling 8-inning special in the upper class championship. The MGF Marshals took down the Midland Redskins 5-2 in 8 innings. See what these two teams can dial up here as Bobby Staley digs in. Leger hits the outside corner. 1-1 here on Bobby Staley. That pitch slips out of his hands, and Tyler Davis will advance to second on an errant pitch that will go down as a ball. I want to make sure they got the right baseballs. Everybody's set and ready to go. Leger looks at the runner. Misses high and outside. Outside again, and that will be ball 4 for Bobby Staley. So 2 straight walks for Jake Leger to open up this ball game, and we've got 2 runners on and nobody out for Ethan Winter, the left fielder for this Fresno A's team. Winter, the strong hitting lefty. Looks at a pitch up and in. Leger just trying to find his command here in the early going. High and inside once again. So the Nebraska Prospects, who dropped 2 of their pool play games, came back with a win against Great Lakes yesterday, 4-1. That game was played out at Bellevue High School. Bit of a rain delay as the pitch misses inside. 3-1 now on Ethan Winter. Rain caused all sorts of issues yesterday morning. Big swing and a miss there from Winter makes it 3-2. The A's, who played the 2020 version of the Nebraska prospects, as here's a chopper to Gish, throws it to second in time for the out, and they get the double play. 6-4-3. The Davis advances to third, but a double play certainly helps the prospects and Jake Leger. Gish to Jacquet, and then Roberson at first. Brings up Christian Gomez, the third baseman. First pitch is in there for a strike. Jake Leger, the 5'11" lefty out of Lexington High School. As Gomez pops it straight up behind home plate. Here in the top of the first inning of this championship game, 2 outs, runner on third, a chopper to first base. Roberson picks it up, flips to Leger for the out. They strand the runner at third, no harm done. We go to the bottom of the first here with Nebraska to bat. Welcome back here to Omaha in the bottom of the first inning of this Silver Bracket Championship game. Nebraska prospects against the Fresno Athletics. Fresno had a runner at third, but a grounded to first. Stranded the would-be run. Elijah Schmidt leads off For the prospects, he'll be followed by Sayer Diederich, Jake Gish, Jet Jacquet, Noah Buss, Trayton Randall, Cameron Cully, Trey Roberson, and Camden Johnson as the starting pitcher for the Athletics. Eleazar Aguirre fires in a strike. Gary, good right-handed pitcher. As Schmidt fouls it back into the netting. 1-2 here on Schmidt. Runs have been a premium in this championship Thursday here in Omaha. Was 0-0 till the 5th inning in the upper class championship. Chopper goes foul down the first base side. Marshals were leading 2-0, and a run in the 6th and 7th from Midland sent it to extra innings. The 1-2 pitch to the center fielder, Eliza Schmidt. Low and in the dirt ball, too. Your defensive lineup for the Athletics: Wenter in left, Staley in center, Rocha in right, Gomez at third, Ramirez at short, McCurley at second, DeMaria at first, Davis behind the plate, and Eleazar Aguirre firing in the 2-2. Just outside, the count runs full, 3-2. A deep breath there from Aguirre. Schmidt fouls it off up over the grandstands here at Warner Park, over the very nice suites on this suite level up near the press box. Popped up towards first base. The second baseman, McCurley, over near the foul line to make the catch for out number 1. One gone. Brings up Sayer Diederich. Diederich, the left fielder. It's the wind really whipping from right to left as you look at this ball field. Almost straight to the left field foul pole. Breaking ball misses outside. Good look of the wind out there near center field and the American flag just beyond the McDonald's berm. Nobody out there today. A bit hot here in Omaha. Temperatures well into the mid-80s. Humid as always. Certainly a bit different than the climate of Fresno. That pitch up and inside, 2-1. Sayer Diederich out of Elkhorn South High School. He will play for the University of Nebraska next fall. He skies this one straight into the air. The catcher, Davis, winding, twisting, turning, and that one was always going to be tough for Davis. Straight up in to the jet stream that's just flying over Warner Park right now. Could launch a paper airplane. It might land in Council Bluffs. Diederich turns on one, but right to the Rocha, the right fielder, 2 away. A pop out to second and a fly out to right brings up Jake Gish. Gish, the shortstop. A recent graduate, another graduate at Elkhorn South High School along with Dieterich. He's headed to Arkansas State in the fall. Going to enjoy some Nebraska Prospects baseball in the meantime. Swing and foul back into the netting behind home plate. (2019) Pathway Games Omaha, the second edition of this tournament. This one hit towards short. Grabbing it is Ramirez. A long throw on one hop is out of the glove of Demaria, and maybe making a run for it was Gish. He'll think better of that. And there'll be one aboard with 2 outs. So a long infield single for Gish. Brings up Jet Jacquet. Jacquet, the second baseman. Trying to start a little bit of a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the first inning at Werner Park. First pitch in there for a strike. Four-man umpiring crew this afternoon. You might see some rotate. It's a high-profile umpiring clinic going on this week. Rotate some officials in and out through each ball game. Certainly was not an issue in the first championship contest. Popped straight up into foul territory. Davis under it once again, calling him off as the third baseman Gomez to end the inning. So one stranded for Nebraska. It's 0-0 as we head to the second inning here at Werner Park. Top of the second inning here at Werner Park. Jonathan Ramirez leads off for the Fresno Athletics, the shortstop. Facing the prospects, pitcher Jake Leger. Tie ball game after this first inning. Both teams leaving a runner on as Ramirez swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Leger misses there, evens the count 1-1. I'd like to invite everybody to join in on the conversation on social media. Search us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, Pathway Baseball. It's at Pathway Baseball on Twitter and Pathway Baseball on Instagram and Facebook. It's the second of a long series of Pathway tournaments this summer. Ramirez fouls it back into the netting. Runs the count full 3-2. Started in Albuquerque. Now Omaha. They'll be in Myrtle Beach next month along with Virginia at the U.S. Baseball Championships. 3-2 pitch is lifted towards first base. Roberson is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Cameron DeMaria. First baseman for this Fresno team. Leger pipes one in there for a strike. As a Triple Crown product, this is the last of a long stint for Triple Crown in Omaha in the month of June. Ball misses low from Leger. 4 sessions of the Omaha Slump Buster coming to a close today, along with Pathway Games Omaha. Ball outside. Over 700 teams in 2019 made their way to Omaha. Enjoyed a little baseball, some of the College World Series that ended last night. Don't forget to sign up for 2020. Those dates are out. Pencil your spot in. OmahaSlumpBuster.com is a little bit of a late strike call. Had DeMaria fooled. Full count once again as DeMaria will trot back into the box. This one's a chopper towards short. Gish picks it up with the glove and fires it to Robertson for 2 outs. Couple of assists already for the shortstop Gish as Dean McCurley steps to the plate, the second baseman for Fresno. Thought about it, but watched it fall into the strike zone, did McCurley. Leger misses high, working fast here with nobody on base. Curley fouls it back into the netting. 1-2 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Silver Bracket Championship of Pathway Games Omaha. Leger fires it in the dirt, 2-2. Utah Marshals already capturing the upper class championship. The 5-2 win in 8 innings over the Midland Redskins. Right through the gap between third and short, and it's a 2-out hit for Dean McCurley. Just as the Prospects grabbed a 2-out hit in the bottom of the first, the A's do just that here in the top of the second. Brings up Julian Rocha, the right fielder. Leger misses inside, 1-0. Fires one back in there to even the count at 1-1. Right back in there, 1-2 now on Rocha. That one comes too far inside, hits Rocha on the leg, and 2 aboard here for Fresno. For the second time now in 2 innings, Fresno's got runners in scoring position. Brings up Eleazar Aguirre. The pitcher trying to help himself out here. Little chopper towards first. Roberson will grab it. Tag out Aguirre, and that will end the top of the second. 0-0 here at Warner Park. Prospects to bat when we come back. Noah Buss heads to the plate to lead off the bottom of the second inning here in the Silver Bracket Championship game from Warner Park in Omaha, Nebraska. The catcher leads off in this windy afternoon. Windy, but still plenty of heat. Check the swing down at third. He did go. So 0-1 to Buss. Facing Eleazar Aguirre. And that pitch hit Buss. So lead off hit by pitch. Evening up the score between Aguirre and Leger. Brings up Trayton Randall, the designated hitter for this prospects team. Gary fires one in there for a strike. Prospects dropped their first game to the MGF Marshals 10-1, but came back with a win against this Fresno A's team. They're thinking about giving Randall first base. And I believe they do. Anthony DeMaria, the head coach of this Fresno A's team, I'm a bit curious that he didn't swing. The third base umpire now coming to talk about it. Said that he did not go around. So it did hit Randall on the hands, 2 hit by pitches. Gives the prospects 2 base runners here in the second inning. Brings up the third baseman, Cameron Cully. A tough pool to play in for the Nebraska prospects. 2019 scout team. You got to face the Marshals, who ended up winning this tournament. You get a win against this Fresno A's team 7-2. And then you play against the runner-up Midland Redskins as your final pool play game. Hit towards center field. Coming on is Staley. It's going to drop in front of him. The throw to third won't be in time. Bases loaded. Bit of an awkward play out for Staley in center field. Just took a step back, didn't quite read it off the bat. Nobody out here, and the base is loaded for the Nebraska prospects. Brings up Trey Roberson. Roberson, a graduate of Lincoln Southwest High School. He'll head to Mount Mercy this fall. Aguirre checking out the rubber on the mound. Everything looks to be in order for Roberson. Bases loaded and nobody out. Swung on towards the gap in right center. It's going to be over the head of Staley. Coming home to score will be Buss. Randall rounds third. And coming all the way from first is Coley. It's a 3 RBI double for Trey Roberson. That's the way to break the scoring wide open. And one pitch, a double to the gap in right. Puts 3 quick runs on the board. Prospects getting some life out of the bottom end of the order here. Back-to-back hits from your 7th and 8th hitter. Now we have Camden Johnson, the right fielder here in the 9-hole. With Roberson in scoring position, a chance to add to that 3-0 total. First ball is up and in. Aguirre misses again. 2-0 now on Johnson. Certainly have to think it gives Leger a bit of confidence as he'll come out in the third inning. Aguirre finds the strike zone to make it 2-1. Bounced in the dirt. 3-1 now on Johnston. Lineup will turn over to Elijah Schmidt, who's waiting on deck here. Still nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. Fouled right at the feet of Johnson. Three and two now. Salazar Aguirre trying to work himself out of a tough inning. Johnson fouls it off the catcher's mask. Do it again here at 3-2. Off-speed pitch misses high. Another free pass for Fresno. So we'll recreate it here with runners at first and second. Nobody out. That's how this inning started, with back-to-back hit-by pitches. And it looks like we're going to get a sub. All sorts of changes now. I think they're going to get some pitching warms up. So the third baseman, Gomez, is headed to the dugout. Staley is going to go to third. Winter, the left fielder, is going to go to center. As Elijah Schmidt digs back in. Check down to first, and they got him. First out comes on a great play from the catcher, Davis. So it'll be the extra hit at Alvarez at third. Pitch to Schmidt is in there. It looks like Staley stays out there in center. But Gomez heads to the bullpen. Schmidt thought about it, but looked at a strike. 1-2. Called strike 3, 2 gone. Elijah Schmidt strikes out of the game. He's now 0 for 2. Brings up Saylor Dietrich. Gary fires one in low. Roberson still standing out there at second. Dietrich, opportunity for a fourth run. Low again for McGeary. Makes it 2-0. Fresno trying to get out of this inning the least amount of damage that they can. Already 3 runs across. Hit by pitch. 2 of them. And then back-to-back hits, a single and a double from Trey Roberson. That one thrown behind Dieterich. The 3-0 pitch from McGeary. Catches the outside corner, 3-1. Bit of a home field advantage here for the prospects. Most of them living in the Omaha, Lincoln general area. As Aguirre misses upstairs again. A walk issued to Sayer Dieterich. A lot of local high schools represented on this prospects roster. It's Jake Gish, recent graduate of Elkhorn South. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it off the home plate umpire. The 0-1 to Gish. Check down to first again, and close play there with Sayer Dieterich. Davis already has 1 pickoff this half inning. Pop up into foul territory and running out of room is the first baseman, Demaria. They'll go 1-2 here against Gish. The 8th batter this inning for Nebraska. Trying to finish off this tournament the high note. The 2-2. In the dirt again. It gets away from Davis. They've caught Dieterich too far, and that will end the inning. Gish is pretty unhappy about the way that inning ended. Had a chuck of the bat and the helmet there. And nonetheless, 2 full done here. Nebraska leads it 3-0 here in Warner Park. Christian Alvarez leads off for this third inning here. Big swing and a miss for strike number one. Alvarez, the extra hitter, as he started the game, and is now playing third base for the Athletics. Leger misses there, working very quickly now. The 3-run lead, pitching with a lot of confidence now, 1-2. Leger misses upstairs, 2-2 now against Christian Alvarez. Bats 10th in this lineup. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. First strikeout of the day for Jake Leger. Flips the lineup over to Tyler Davis, who walked in the first inning, made his way to third. But a 6-4-3 double play. Virtually ended the threat from the A's at the top of that first inning. 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner. 1-1. Davis, the catcher. A pretty good job with his pitcher, Aguirre, who's giving him a workout behind the plate. Chopped towards third, but foul. Anthony DeMario over there assisting. Pitch from Leger. High and outside. Runs the count full. 3-2 now on Tyler Davis. One gone here in the top of the third. Lifted towards center. Drifting over is Schmidt. Squeezes the glove. 2 away. Here comes Bobby Staley. First pitch swinging right back up the middle. A slow roller. Firing over his Gish. An athletic play and a strong throw. They go 1-2-3 here in the third. It's 3-0 Nebraska. Jake Gish leads off the bottom of this third inning for Nebraska with the prospects leading 3-0, fresh off making a spectacular play in short. He will face Christian Gomez, the new pitcher for the Fresno Athletics. Fouls that one down the third base side up into the spectating seats. Alazar Aguirre went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk. Did have 1 strikeout, did hit 2 batters. Gish hits this one deep. Staley is chasing. It's going to be over his head. Gish rounding first, headed for second. They're waving him to third. He will be in with a stand-up triple. Jake Gish. A couple of pitches, and Jake Gish is zeroed in on these Fresno Athletic pitchers. He's had a single back in the first, now a triple in the second. It brings up Jet Jacquet, who popped to third base back in the first inning. First pitch swinging, pops this one up to second base. Under it is McCurley for out number 1. So Noah Buss, the catcher, who was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the second, just trying to lift something out of the infield here, will almost certainly score Gish. Gomez fires one in there for the first pitch strike. Davis wants his middle infield creeping in a little bit closer. Everyone playing on the grass. Gomez going inside and missing 1-1. Hit hard towards right field, ranging over is Winter. It'll drop in front of him. Coming to score is Gish. So Noah Buss with an RBI single. Nebraska leads it now 4-0. Brings up Trayton Randall. And they're going to run for the catcher at first. Going to hand it off to Tucker Hagan. Tucker Hagan is 6'4", 185-pound senior. Just graduated Westside High School. Headed to Scottsdale Community College. Here's Randall. Looking at a ball 2-0 now on the designated hitter. Turned on towards left field and fair. Hagan will stop at second. Runners at first and second. Just one out here in the bottom of the third. Brings up Cameron Cully. Coley scored the third run in that second inning. Also came up with a hit. First pitch swinging out towards center field. It will drop for a base hit. They're waving around Hagan. The throw will be late. 5-0. Two for two with two singles, and now an RBI is Cameron Culley. It was still one away and two on. Comes Trey Roberson. He unloaded the bases an inning ago. Low again is Gomez. 2-0 the count now on the first baseman. Looks at a strike, 2-1. Reaching the peak of the afternoon here in Omaha, just to shade past 4 o'clock. Some welcome sunshine after a weekend of moisture. Certainly the farmers will be glad to see some sunshine for a while in this part of the country. Roberson chops one foul towards third base. 3-2 the count with one out and two on. Already 2 runs across here in the bottom of the third. Chopped through the gap between short and third, and the bases are loaded once again. Two for two with a double and a single. 3 RBI for Trey Roberson. A bit of a team meeting now for Gomez and Davis. A quick conference to talk about defensive strategy. We're a home run shy of a team cycle now. Couple of people own singles. Roberson has the double. Jake Gish with the triple. Again, this bottom end of the lineup really producing for head coach Greg Gish. Camden Johnson, the right fielder, looks at a first pitch strike, 0-1. Johnson walked back in the second inning. And was thrown out between first and second. So was Sayer Dieterich, much to the dismay of Jake Gish. Roberson at second. Cameron Culley at third. 3 runs across and 2 out. Oh, 1 to Elijah Schmidt. Well outside, Davis did well to block that to prevent another run across in this half inning. One and one. Check swing, but it's in there anyway. Elijah Schmidt facing a 1-2 count. Just a bit inside, 2-2 now. Elijah Schmidt struck out in the second inning. Popped up to second base in the first. Big swing and a miss. Davis finds the ball, will throw down to first, but it takes DeMaria off the bag, and the bases are loaded again. So it'll go down as a strikeout, but a drop third strike gives the bases loaded. Brings up Sayer Dieterich. Dieterich 0 for 1 with a walk. And now Nebraska, who batted 8 batters in the second, gets all 9 to the plate here in the third. The 1-0. Big swing from Dieterich. 1-1. Davis thinks he's got an eye on something. Walks out to Gomez. Catches the outside corner, 1-2 now on Dieterich. Hit towards the gap in left. It'll get down. Coming home to score is Cully. Around third is Robertson, and racing home from first base is Elijah Schmidt, a 3 RBI double for Sayer Dieterich. Everybody scores. So Elijah Schmidt gets life on the drop third strike. Takes advantage there, and Nebraska leads 9-0. So here's Jake Gish. Fouls one behind home plate, who led this inning off with a triple. He was not happy with the way the second inning ended. Has an opportunity for an RBI here. Rolls one through to left field. Coming home to score is Dieterich, and it's 10-0. Jake Gish finally gets his RBI. We'll give him a double. At 10-0, the Prospects lead it. With Jet Jacquet on the stepping into the box. Looks like Gomez's day might be done. And it is, as we get a new pitcher here for the Athletics. Looks like it's going to be Caleb Gessler. Pitch in for Fresno. Gessler in place of Gomez. Head coach Anthony DeMaria opting for a different arm as Gessler comes in here. Trying to finish out this Pathway Games Omaha. Once again, folks, I'd like to remind you to join in on the conversation on social media. At Pathway BB on Twitter, and search Pathway Baseball on Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to use the hashtag #WhereDoYouFit. It's Pathway Baseball and Where Do You Fit? Check out everything Pathway has to offer at pathwaybaseball.com. Pathway, a product of Triple Crown Sports and its mini tournaments across the nation. You can find us at triplecrownsports.com if you're looking for baseball, triplecrownbaseball.com. Just wrapped up our 2019 Omaha Slump Buster. Some great events in July and in the fall. Baseball World Series in Park City and Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Summer Nationals in Myrtle Beach. Of course, the Pathway Games Omaha, the 2019 version, wrapping up right now with Jet Jacquet stepping into the box. Jacquet with Gish out there at second. First pitch swinging over the head of McCurley. That will get down. Gish will score from second. It's 11-0. First hit for Jacquet. Brings up the catcher, Noah Buss. Buss 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch. First pitch in there for a strike from Gessler. In the dirt, Davis does a good job of tracking it down. He's had to work pretty hard back there behind home plate. This is Tyler Davis. It's a leadoff catcher, a rare feat. Swing from Buss is chopped foul. use a lot of energy leading off innings and trying to work behind the plate as it's popped up towards second. McCurley is under it. I can't make the catch. Go down as an error and everybody's safe. Jetcha K ran all the way from first to third. And we'll get Tucker Hagan again at first to run for the catcher Bus. Trayton Randall will step into the box already with a hit and 2 runs scored. First pitch swinging, misses everything, 0-1. 8 runs across in this third inning. Pitch from Gessler is outside. Gessler's pitch in the dirt again. 2-1 the count now on Randall. Inside to make it 3-1. Big swing and a miss, 3-2. Randall trying to get that team cycle, missing the home run. Miguel Ortiz of the Utah Marshals still owns the only home run in this tournament, and Randall's, the pitch was behind him, hit the barrel of his bat. It will go down as a foul ball. Bus at first, Jacquet at third. Hagan at first. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. That will end the inning, but 8 runs on 8 hits. The 1 error, and it's 11-0. Nebraska headed to the 4th here from Warner Park. Ethan Winter leads off the top of the 4th inning here, trailing 11-0. Jake Leger back on the mound for the Prospects. 3 innings strong. First pitch is down in the dirt. He's given up just 1 hit. Did record a strikeout. That one hit right towards second base, and JK squeezes it for out number 1. A couple pitches and 1 out. Jake Leger will face Christian Gomez. Gomez, who started this game at third base, came into pitch. Looks at a ball. Gomez 0 for 1 ended the first inning. Pops this one straight up into the air. Bus trailing forward and will run out of room. A lot of room here at Warner Park behind home plate. And in all of foul territory for that matter. Not quite the distance of a Oakland Coliseum where the Athletics play, but still plenty of room to catch a foul ball or two. Lasered right over the shortstop Gibbs. And that'll get down for a single. Gomez thought about 2, but Schmidt gets it in quickly. It's the second hit for the Athletics. Brings up Jonathan Ramirez. Ramirez, the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a pop out to first base. Faces Leger, who first pitch swinging out towards left field, and it's back-to-back singles for the Athletics, and they've got something rolling here in the 4th. In steps Cameron DeMaria. Just 1 out. But 2 on. Pitch from Leger is outside. Two and 0 the count now on DeMaria, who is also 0 for 1. Grounded out to short. This one popped towards right field. It'll drop behind the first baseman, Robeson. And the bases are loaded, so 3 quick singles. And all of a sudden, Leger trying to work himself out of a jam. We get a couple of Athletics players sprinting to the bullpen in center field. A long run for anybody. Here's Dean McCurley. 1 for 1 with a single. Leger's pitch is outside. Leger, who leans pretty heavily on his defense. He, like we said, just the 1 strikeout in 3 innings. Misses inside there, 2-0. Despite these base runners, and it might have something to do with the 11-run advantage, has worked pretty quickly in this half inning. Misses outside again, 3-0. Some action beginning to take place for the prospects in the bullpen. Catches the bottom end there to make it 3-1. Outside, and he walks in a run. Christian Gomez will come home for the first run for the Fresno Athletics. And it's 11-1. The wheel's starting to spin here as Julian Rocha steps in. He was hit the last time he stepped into the batter's box. Right on the inside part of the leg, and that one bounced in the dirt. Bus does a nice job corralling it. Cannot complain about the playing conditions here as Greg Gish wants time. Go to talk to his pitcher, Leger. Can't say enough about what the staff here at Warner Park has done for us this week. Another big thank you to Warner Park and the Omaha Storm Chasers for allowing us to use this facility. It's been an excellent home over the course of 3 days and change. Dealt with weather, wind, rain, you name it, but they came prepared. Rocha steps back in. Want to know the count with the bases loaded, just one out. Leger looking for that ground ball. And I think Greg Gish went out there and told him, look, got a great defense behind you. Let him make a play. Back-to-back pitches, pump the strike zone, and it's 1-2. This one popped out towards third base. Cully is under it, 2 away. So some efficient pitching after the conference with his head coach. Leger's just an out away from giving up just 1 run here in the top of the 4th. Finds the strike zone again, 0-1 here against Gessler, who came in for Aguirre. Caleb Gessler facing an 0-2 count. Leger's ready to go. Just a bit low. 1-2. High and outside, 2-2. Unwavered by any of the base runners. Leger sets again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 run across on a trio of hits for the Fresno Athletics. It's 11-1 headed to the bottom of the 4th from Warner Park. Cameron Culley steps into the box. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI in this bottom of the 4th inning. Nebraska on top 11-1. No time limit here in these championship games, but run rules still apply as we have a new pitcher for the Athletics. It'll be Christian Alvarez. Steps in place of Gessler. This is a grounder to first. They get it back to Alvarez, but it's over his head, and it heads towards the dugout. Go down as an error. Coley will reach safely. Demaria, who stands about 6'4", 6'5", tried to toss one to Alvarez, who is about 5'5", and I think he missed him by about 6 inches. Brings up Trey Roberson. That one gets away from the catcher, Davis. And scampering to second is Culley. Another runner in scoring position here as Nebraska looks to pile on what's already a 10-run advantage. Alvarez sets, hits the bottom end of the strike zone to make it 1-1. So the 4th pitcher now for the Athletics. A big cut there from Trey Roberson, who's got a double and a single. Alvarez steps off the rubber there. Davis quickly out to calm down his pitcher rather. This the final game of the 2019 Pathway Games Omaha. Utah Marshals taking home the Upper Class Championship right before this. A 5-2 victory in 8 innings over the Midland Redskins. That one up near the chin of Roberson. This silver bracket championship game. 8 teams started. Seen 4 of them today. Off-speed pitch runs inside and runs the count full 3-2. Catches the outside corner of the plate, strike 3. Roberson thought he had a walk. Instead, he will walk back to the dugout. 1 away now in the bottom of the 4th. Brings up Camden Johnson. 0 for 1 with a walk. That one's off the noggin. A little bit of a dome rock for Johnson and a hit by pitch. So 2 aboard now. Looked like a off-speed pitch from Alvarez. Certainly no serious harm done. Nice helmet advertisement. Brings up Eliza Schmidt. Schmidt popped up to second base in the first, struck out looking in the second. Hits one to right field here. They will send the runner. It's Culley coming home, and the throw is cut off by Demaria. 12-1. The first hit for Elijah Schmidt this afternoon. Makes it an 11-run contest. And now Sayer Dieterich, who has a walk, a double, a fly out to right, 3 RBI. First pitch swinging. It's one right to the right fielder, and the bases are loaded. Back-to-back hits after the hit by pitch, and Nebraska has picked up where they left off in the third inning, scoring 8 runs on 8 hits, just 1 error from the Fresno Athletics. Brings up Jake Gish, who has a single, a triple, and a double in that order. A home run shy of the cycle. Looks at pitch number 1. The 0-1 is a bit upstairs. Makes it 1-1 to Gish. Low and outside, 2-1. Should Gish launch a grand slam here, it would end the game. Get a 15-run advantage. 4 innings. That one's outside, 3-1. Alvarez really wants no part of Gish here, who's been on fire in this game. Hit hard through the left side. 1 run will score. Holding at third is Schmidt. It's 13-1. Second RBI for Gish on the afternoon. Camden Johnson scores. Brings up Jet Jacquet. And now with the 12-run lead, we're going to get Ryan Jungers. So Jacquet will sit. Jungers will get to face Alvarez here. First pitch swinging, misses everything. Jungers, just a recent graduate of Lincoln Southwest High School. Headed off to Grinnell next fall. Looks at strike number 2, quickly in the hole, 0-2. Jacquet was 1 for 3 with a single. Jungers gets his turn. Off-speed pitch is outside, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jungers goes down on strikes, 2 away. Here comes the catcher, Noah Buss. Noah has reached safely in 3 different ways. 3 consecutive innings here. He's been hit by a pitch as a single and reached on an error in his second at-bat of the 3rd inning. Stands in with the bases loaded here and his team up 13-1. Rolls one down the right side. That one is foul by inches. Everybody was moving. Gish at first. Diederich at second. And Eliza Schmidt just 90 feet away at third. Christian Alvarez coming in as the fourth pitcher this afternoon for the Athletics. Aguirre started the game. Gomez and then Gessler relief. Bounces one in there. It gets away from Davis, and coming home to score is Schmidt. 14-1 now. Nebraska on top of Fresno, and a single might end this game with Jake Gish standing at second. Here in the fourth inning. That pitch hits Buss in the back. He's not particularly happy about it. But the bases will be loaded once again. Brings up Trayton Randall. Now Randall has an opportunity to tack on another or send everybody home. Looks at strike number one. Alvarez standing in there. It's the 0-1. Catches the outside corner, 0-2. Two away here in the bottom of the fourth, 14-1. Nebraska on top. Randall thought about it, held off, and it's upstairs. Holds off that one, 2-2. In the dirt, runs the count full, 3-2 now on the first baseman, Trayton Randall. Outside ball 4. Another run across makes it 15-1. First RBI for Randall this afternoon. The bases are loaded once again for the second time in as many innings. The prospects have batted around. Here's Cameron Cully, who started this inning reaching on an error. First pitch swinging, fouls back into the netting. Jake Gish stands at third. If he crosses home plate, this game is over. Off-speed pitch got Cully. 0-2. Held off the outside pitch. 1-2 now to Cully, who has 2 singles in the second and third innings. Has scored every time he's come to the plate. Swung on to left field. That will drop. Gish will score, and it's 16-1. That should be the 15-run advantage. And that will do it. The Silver Bracket champions are the Nebraska Prospects Scout Team The final score of 16-1. They scored 3 in the second, 8 in the third, and 5 here in the bottom of the fourth. And congrats to the Fresno Athletics for finishing runner-ups here in the silver bracket. That will do it for the 2019 Pathway Games Omaha. The Utah Marshals walk away as champions in the upper class bracket, and the Nebraska Prospects 16-1 over the Fresno Athletics. Join us again here in Omaha in 2020. Don't forget, that's pathwaybaseball.com, and follow us on social media at PathwayBB on Twitter, and search Pathway Baseball on Facebook and Instagram. We wish all of you good luck to your summers out there. We'll see you again very soon, and certainly right here in Warner Park, a beautiful place to play baseball in 2020. I'm Thomas Hoffman, and for Triple Crown Sports and Pathway Baseball, we bid you adieu. Good afternoon, good evening, and good luck.